I have the new project folder open in my code editor. And for now, it consists of a package.json file. And notice under dev dependencies, we have the two packages that we installed along with their version numbers. Now these two packages are also found within the node modules folder along with their associated dependencies, of which there are many. Now on the left here, I have the skeleton folder that we just created. And on the right, I have the skeleton zip file that we downloaded earlier. Now I'm going to select these three right here, the index and the two folders, and I'm going to simply drag them into the skeleton folder. And as we can see, they're all here in the skeleton project folder. Now remember when I said that the version of normalized use is outdated? Let's go ahead and fix that real quick. Now if you go to Google and type in normalized CSS, you'll find this result right here. And we can click on download version 7. I'm going to hit Control A to select all and then Control C to copy. We'll go back here to our code editor. And in normalize, I'm going to hit Control A to select all and then simply Control V to paste in the new version. All right, so we'll go ahead and save that. So now we need to create a file named gulpfile.js in the project folder. So gulpfile.js. And first we have to define two variables that are bound to the two packages that we installed via npm. So first we're going to name this variable gulp and we'll say require gulp. Next we'll create one called browser sync require browser sync, and we'll use the create method. Then we create a task using the gulp task method. And we're going to name it serve. And inside of here, we're going to call a function, which will tell it to do something once this task is called. So first we reference browser sync .init, or to start a server in the project root. Just like that. Next, we're going to reference gulp.watch, and this will watch any files that we specify in an array. So inside of here, we're going to put in any file that is HTML in the project root, and then also any CSS file inside of the CSS folder, just like that. Then at the end, we're going to call the on method on change, or if it's updated or saved, we're going to call browser sync dot reload. So once again, all this means is once the gulp task of serve is ran and or it's called, it's going to start a server at localhost 3000. And then it's also going to watch any HTML file and any CSS file within the CSS folder. And if they change, it's going to call browser sync.reload. Now we're not done just yet. We have one more line. We're going to call gulp.task. And the default task we're going to set as serve. So now if we go back to the console and type in gulp, we'll see now that we have our localhost 3000 with the default index.html that's generated from skeleton CSS. So now if we make any change, let's say to the index.html file or any of the CSS files within the CSS folder, the browser will reload automatically, reflecting the changes that we made. So just to show you real quick, I'm going to click on the index.html. I'm going to hit Control B to hide that sidebar. We'll come down here and let's just change basic page to other page. We'll hit Control S to save, and there you go. It saves automatically. Now the last order of business is to include a custom CSS file, which will house all of our custom CSS rule sets going forward. So let's come up here at the top of our index.html file. I'm just going to copy here and paste in this line and change skeleton.css to main.css. We'll save it. And inside of here, we'll create a new file called main.css. All right, great. So now that our development environment is set up and ready to go, In the next module, we're going to learn how to use the skeleton grid system.